thanks for checking out this video. I'm actually going to answer a question that was sent to me through some of the other YouTube videos that I've done about how to play over a G major progression. And that G major progression was G major, B minor, C major, and D major. And even more specifically, how to approach playing over the B minor chord in that progression. So what I did is I recorded simple rhythm, guitar, and drums, and I'm going to play a solo over it, and then we're going to come back, we're going to break it down, and I'll show you my thought process and how I approached this solo. So here we go. Alright, first chord in this progression is a G, so I played a B, which is the major third of G. It's a good note to start on. I just bent up, and I bent down and walked down to a G. So I started by playing the 2nd fret, bending up to the 4th fret, or playing an A and bending up to a B. And I just brought back down to an A and then pulled off to a G. From there I slid up about a little over an octave to this A up here at the 14th fret. And again, I'm just staying in the key of G major, but what this is I changed to the B minor chord. That A is the minor 7th of the chord. So it's actually a cool note to play over that chord. And then what I did is I just basically walked down a B minor arpeggio. Okay, the B minor arpeggio kind of looks like that. So I was on this note and I just walked down to the D, which is the minor third of B. So another good note to play. It's really cool target notes. That D put me in the position to start thinking pentatonic. So from here, I just did a lick like that, and that's just a simple E minor pentatonic slash G major pentatonic lick. Then from there I slid down to this 7th fret area, which we just went over, and I did this lick. It's a little tricky. And then that brought me back down to a G, and that's where the progression starts over again. So from there I just basically played up a G major arpeggio, which is just the notes G, B, and D. So I played a G, I slid into my B, and I played a D. Alright, at this point I go into this whole idea where I'm using the 2nd pattern of a B minor pentatonic scale. That pattern, based off of B. I did just some little slides up from the 11th fret to the 10th fret. And then I did a pretty standard thing that I do quite often, which is these double stops. I did that in another lesson that I did, where I think I did something like in E minor. Doing the same thing now in B minor. And then I just basically walked up a G major scale. So it's a combination of the B minor pentatonic thing, and then I started walking it into a G major scale. And that brought me up to a G, which now I started thinking of that G, the 10 positions of G, specifically that 10th position, and which is that what I just played. And then I just did some little bends, little half-step bends. So from an F sharp to a G, and then back to an F sharp, and then playing a D, and then a B to a C, then back to a B, then to a D, to a G. Okay, at that point, that put me in a perfect place to play the B minor arpeggio, and I play those. I play minor arpeggios like this all the time. So landing here was a great place to land to get to that B minor, and actually a lot of that was just luck. Sometimes it works out that way though. So I played the ascending phrase, and then I slid up, and then played the descending phrase. And again, check out the arpeggios video, that'll cover that in a little bit more detail. And from here I landed on a D, and I just basically jumped up an octave to the D. Did I say G? I meant to say D if I did make a mistake. I landed on a D, I jumped up an octave to D, and I just, at this point I'm playing in E minor pentatonic again. Now I'm just playing the second pattern of E minor pentatonic. Something like that I did. Slid back to the first position. You know, and then just did some bluesy, that kind of stuff. All in the first position of E minor pentatonic, did a little bend. And then I think it ends at that point. It goes just walking down the minor pentatonic scale. And it ends on a G. So the whole thing, up to speed, sounds like this.